Well, good day. The Great Tariff War. The Great Tariff War with the entire world has started. The 2025 Tariff War. It's insanity. Absolutely insanity. First of all, it comes out. The numbers aren't making sense. And it's supposed to be reciprocal tariffs, if another country has tariffs on us and we give the same tariffs back to them, but the numbers aren't matching whatsoever. There's all over the place. So they come out and they're like, oh, it's trade deficit, which still doesn't make any sense. And then it turns out that he is having tariffs on unpopulated islands where there's just penguins. Another island where there's like 500 people and they have like agriculture and fishing and they export nothing to America. Another island he has tariffs on has like 1,500 people and you have to take like a 2-day boat ride to get there and they export nothing and he has tariffs on them. It's absolute complete bonkers. There's absolutely, it doesn't make any sense. And of course, the stock market is falling off the cliff upon hearing this. Just absolutely getting hammered. And then you have over on Fox News, the spin people come out and they're like, well, this is just short-term pain. That's their thing, short-term pain. And also recently on Fox, they're talking about, well, Americans just have to buckle up and do their part just like we did in World War II and, just grit and go through the pain. And it's like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? This is not World War II. There's not some major armed military conflict or anything else like that going on. This is something caused by one man who is trying to not only tank the American economy, but he's also trying to send other countries into recession and to tank the world economy. It's absolute madness. But again, we've literally gone from, and we all remember it, he said, I will lower prices and inflation on day one. I will do things that will make you so rich that you won't know what to do with all the money. You'll be so rich. We have gone from that till now saying that, well, Americans are just going to have short-term pain and everything is going to go way up and other countries are going to retaliate against us and the stock market is going to collapse and America is going to go into a recession, possibly a depression, and the world economy is going to collapse and all that. But don't worry, eventually down the road, years from now, it will all pay off. So part of this thing is he's trying to force manufacturing in the United States, but no major company has come out yet and said, yeah, we're going to switch all of our manufacturing back in the United States. And even if a company decides to do that, which would be very, very expensive, you're talking 3 to 5 years to even get a plant up, to even start, have to choose a site and do all the things where it's going to be and get it built and everything, 3 to 5 years. So it wouldn't even be in his administration. And the world supply chain right now for trade is so interconnected from, the different markets that you can't just say like a major company's getting all their things from, Vietnam and they stop overnight and all of a sudden they get everything from America. It does not. They are so interconnected. And we get so many things from China. And you can't just say overnight, oh, we're not going to get anything anymore from China, that we're just going to produce all that in America. That sounds great. But yeah, that's a fantasy. And if you took the 24% tariffs and the 20% tariffs and the new tariffs they have on China, it's absolute insanity what they're doing. And the same thing with the Vietnam, which are some of the major people that export to the United States. And this is not even talking about those countries going to retaliate. And this current trade war hasn't even started yet with the automobile tariffs and the lumber tariffs and aluminum tariffs and all that is complete insanity. But again, we have gone from We're going to lower prices, lower inflation. Your life is going to be wonderful. It's going to be rainbows and kittens and puppies. And you're going to have this endless amounts of money. And it's going to be raining down from the skies. We've gone from that, is what he promised us during the election, to, oh, it's going to be tough, short-term pain, but it's going to be just like World War II, and you're just going to have to do your part. And I love it that the people who is telling us that, oh, it's no big deal, it's just short-term pain, you can go without Social Security payments, who cares, everything is going to be sky high, and all kinds of people are going to lose their jobs, and companies are going to go out of business. Who cares about that? And who cares about short-term pain, they say. And this is coming from people that are billionaires. Billionaires are saying, oh, well, it's no big deal. Of course it's no big deal to you. You have so much money, you couldn't spend it in a lifetime. And Harold was talking about, oh, well, if my, mother-in-law missed, a month or two of her Social Security payments, she wouldn't care. She would just, you're a billionaire. Of course she wouldn't fucking care. How dare billionaires and even people that are, the millionaire congressmen be like, oh, well, who cares if people lose their job? We don't care. They deserved it. And we don't care if people lose their Social Security and their Medicaid. Who cares? This is coming from the ultra rich and elite. And you heard from Trump the other day when they're talking about how automobiles and everything are going to go much higher. And he said, I don't care. He literally said, I do not care if prices go up higher for automobiles. And they don't care. You go to the store and the prices for everything triple and you can't afford groceries. They don't care if you get laid off because your company's getting hammered because of the tariffs. They don't care if you lose your Medicaid or Medicare and your Social Security. They don't care if you're on the street, because not only are they through DOGE, cutting jobs, doing things to implode Social Security, now they're cutting back drastically to food banks. So trying to force people out of work, trying to destroy the economy, trying to take away Social Security, trying to take away Medicaid and Medicare. Then they're even trying to take away the things from the food banks. This is all coming from the oligarchs saying, we don't care. But yeah, the 2025 Great World Tariff War, I never say that word. War, the tariff war, is showing one thing, that Trump and the United States right now are looking like fucking clowns.